Hey, hey everybody, it's Mike Jarman. I wanted to thank you for joining this quick overview call on the opportunity to go solar in a new working environment and energy environment we have in this country and the world. So thanks for joining this call. And what I'd like to do first is pull up our simple solar overview here that will what we're going to do in this call is to show you the homeowner benefits for going solar, why solar now, and we'll show you an actual custom solar savings report that we've prepared for one of our clients, potential clients. So having said that, I'm going to go ahead and get started and let you know really what are the three big benefits for homeowners to consider going solar now. One, of course, is to save money. The average power customer saves over $26,000 going solar. Now, I do want to mention Power is a company that I work with to execute on solar projects that is one of the leaders in the United States as it relates to doing really quality solar project work and working with installers around the nation. So with our Power process, you would be, of course, saving money, as I said. You could increase your home value because now you have an asset on top of your roof or on your property that is powering your home. And of course, the third is you'd be able to own your own energy. Obviously, we'd be decreasing our dependence on fossil fuels and potentially could go into this new paradigm of energy at zero cost out of pocket and hedging your energy needs for the next, for the lifetime of your ownership of the home. So we have, I'm going to scroll down a bit to see, to show you this area of why solar now. As some of you have probably already felt, the cost of electricity has constantly risen over the past 40 years, with a 40% increase in the last decade alone. History is indicating that homeowners who take no action to free themselves from the grid dependence are going to continue to pay more for electricity next year than they are today. This shows a chart of the current wattage average costs around $12.45 per watt. And so in contrast, if you go solar through Power, you're likely to save money immediately on your electric bill and will continue to do so indefinitely. And so the solar panels allow you to generate your own electricity cheaper than your utility. And with zero down financing, you can own your panels for nothing out of pocket, resulting in immediate savings and long-term value. I'll cover some things that we're doing in May that would make that offer even better and more attractive. But let me just first cover how this works. It is a very simple advisor process that you start with me or someone from my team would collect your utility bill. And once we get that, we would send that in within a few hours. We would have a custom design for your home and would review a proposal for you to take a look at. If you believe and the numbers make sense and it's a good fit for you and your home and your situation, we would select the best option from the financing perspective, and then it would be just a matter of going in and scheduling the installation. The other step I want to cover actually is showing you actually what a real proposal would look like. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a recent report, which I have permission to show because this is one of our friends, Lisette Lisette's home in Pflugerville, Texas, just north of Austin. The way that the solar report reads, of course, is it starts with more of the educational approach like we've talked about, where it talks about, like I said, that since 2003, the national average utility prices have nearly doubled. And you can see by this aerial map of the home, the team has designed an array of panels on the, looks like, I believe, the south and western facing parts of the home. And this system has been designed and quoted for this home. If we'll scroll, I'm going to scroll a little bit further down. It's about a 10 kilowatt system with 35 Hanwha panels and a solar edge inverter that allows you to have a net meter now, so that any energy harvesting you're doing from the sun would give you credits towards your electric cost. So let me scroll down a little bit more and give you this next chart, which shows the actual energy consumption from Lisette's home over the past 12 months, going back in time. We did this proposal for her in January. So you can see moving from right to left, it's actually going backwards in time. So the blue represents actual energy consumption, which we take off of the meter she currently has, which we have access to some of that public information. Once we get her electric bill and the meter number, we can see what you've actually used. And then the yellow line represents an overlay of what having solar would have generated as a production of energy for Lisette and her family in those previous months. So as you can see, in the winter, spring time, she's generating more energy, and by the time that the hotter months begin, she's already accumulating credits to offset those costs in those summer months. And then we go back into October, November, December, where energy needs may not equal the amount of harvesting you're doing. So the goal of the proposal is to really have us put a situation together where you would have about 100% offset of your electricity needs, your utility needs. And so this slide will show you what your current utility bill is. This is taken off of Lisette's history divided by the 12 months. We got an average utility bill of about $147 a month. And so with the financing option that we have put together for her, her new solar payment from day one would be $120. Now, she would still have a utility bill with, I believe her provider was CPS Energy or maybe it was NRG, but she'd still have some connection fees, but they would be reduced to almost zero. And so her total out-of-pocket month one actually wouldn't even be till month 2 or 3, would be $128, where right away she's saving money, and she's locking in that kilowatt cost to about 10 cents, about 10.5 cents a kilowatt, versus where she currently sits at about 12 cents a kilowatt and growing. And so I do want to show you, by the way, over 25 years, because we are financing the panels over 25 years, she'll be saving $46,000 over time. The thing I want to also mention is in 2020 we are still receiving a federal tax credit, and in the case of Lisette, because she paid taxes last year, she would qualify for a federal tax credit of $8,700 towards the system cost. And I should clarify that tax credit will be against her income this year. So while we're not CPAs, we offer work with your CPA and work with your tax preparer to capture that federal tax credit. That's a 26% tax credit against the cost of the system. That's going down, by the way, next year to 22%. So again, never a better time to do this than now. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit further up for a minute, and I'm going to actually the other way. I'm going to go back to this current cost on the left side, and just give you a glimpse of, in the next 5 years, her utility bill, if she does nothing. If I move that little black button from the left and move it to the 5-year mark, she'll be paying nearly $200 a month for her utility bill. And of course, 10 years from now, it's going to be pretty outrageous if we just go in the trajectory that we're going. Obviously, 25 years from now, if she does nothing, her month-over-month utility bill cost is going to be over $600 a month, versus staying on the 120. And by year 25, she will have no solar payment and completely own her utility energy cost and consumption. So let's scroll down now. We're going to take it back to the zero. It's fine, but I want to show you right now the loan amount that we've put together for Lisette's home. When you take out her federal tax credit, she would have a net system cost of about $24,800. And then as I scroll down a bit, from a graphic standpoint, because I like to see things more visually, her solar payment would be flat and predictable across that yellow area. As I said, the $120 a month. Once she's done paying that off, and again, you could pay it off any time, you would just get those straight savings. But doing nothing, as you can see here, staying with the electric grid and monopoly that they have, you're going to be paying over that period of time $95,000, $96,000. If you switch to solar now, you'd end up paying nearly half of that, about $49,000. So this is one of those proposals that makes so much sense that it would be almost I don't know. I won't judge, but we're working with Lisette to get that that proposal put to bed and get the project scheduled. One good piece of news coming up in May, and I'm going to scroll down just a little bit more, because at the bottom of this proposal, it really just talks about some of the other facts. From a custom standpoint, actually, I'll scroll up and mention the environmental impact, actually, and share with you that this particular home project is going to offset about 17,000 gallons of CO2. It's going to be the equivalent of planting about 443 trees, but more importantly, really, over time, your home is going to be able to produce an asset versus just sending your money to the electric company, like renting your electricity. So that's where we get this sort of $31,000 estimated home value. It doesn't mean that your home is going to be worth $31,000 more if you try to sell it. It just means that you're going to create that type of value by being able to not rent your solar. So let me recap really what the next steps would look like if we were to move forward in this process. And what I just went over with you is the savings report, which is step one. Step two is an approval process that takes less than 3 minutes. There's a little blue button at the top of this, at the middle step there, where we would just put in some information about the credit financing option, which is kind of a pretty hard 650 FICO cut. I'll actually show you. We'll go ahead and click the qualify button and show you how easy that is. Everything's already pre-filled, and all we would need to do is put in the date of birth, the annual income, and then submit to LoanPal. That would come back to us right away. And once we got that approval, we could go to step 3 and 4, which is sign the document for LoanPal, sign the document for the system, and then we would send out for a site survey. Within a few days, we would have someone just come in, take pictures of the roof line. We wouldn't need to be in contact with a homeowner at all. We are COVID certified as a touchless business. That is obviously essential, because it's essential for people to have energy in their homes that they're currently living in and working in. So we've managed to really create a process that's very seamless and painless. The permits would be pulled. The local folks would put the deal on the docket, and we would schedule for installation. And within a few short weeks, if everything goes well, we estimate that in Texas anyway, we're seeing activations happening in just a few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks on the low side, maybe a few more weeks longer than that on the high side, but that all depends on the municipality, the area that you're in. So that's the system process, and I believe that we've come to the bottom of the proposal. So what I'd like to shift you to now is, what steps would you like to take if you want to go, if you want to consider going solar? This last graphic is really just a recap of that custom proposal. So really, the next step we'd like you to take is for you to possibly text the word solar to a number that I'd like you to take a look at, and then we will send you a link to this particular page where you would just put in your zip code, and you would fill out this very short form that would give us your name and the best time for us to follow up and call you. But we would just start the process. You could tell us how much you're currently paying on average for electric. You could give us your name and information, and we would send you. We would start the process to get your electric bill in and create that proposal. That could happen actually in an afternoon if you were ready to go. So I'm going to send you. I'm going to go ahead and say that text phone number now, but just text the word solar to 646-265-1185. In fact, I might open up another screen here so that when you, as you're watching this, you can, at the bottom, actually bottom right-hand corner would be fine. Just type in the message here, the number, text solar to 646-265-1185. And in fact, I have control of this, so I'm going to just say text solar to 646-265-1185. Probably ought to put some dashes there. And if you'll just follow that little step, we'll get you some information, we'll get you started, and it'll be painless, and nobody will be on your couch or knocking on your door. We'll just get moving with educating about your personal situation. So thanks for watching this video. Please spread the word or share that with anyone who you think might be able to use a hedge against energy inflation and wants to save money right away. I will mention, if you're watching this in the month of May 2020, we are offering the first 12 months of that solar payment on us, on power. And so you literally have no electric bill for the next 12 months. And for some of you, that could be $3,000, $4,000 right into your pocket while not paying for electric, and then hedging over the next 25 or 30 years your electric costs. So that's the offer in May. Go ahead and text solar to that number, and we will see you next time, and see you hopefully soon in our process. Thanks so much, and I'll stop recording now. Bye.